Hey guys, it's Misty Eyez
and AlandraMatthew.
And we have an Ask Misty. Alright, dear Misty, and Alandra picked this one up. I have been dating my boyfriend for 5 months now, and things have been pretty well between us. We have small arguments or disagreements every now and then. He recently told me that he is in love with me, but I don't feel the same way. Do you have to be in love from the start, or can it develop over time? All right, Alandra, you picked this question. You can go
I can go first.
Yeah.
It's so hard for me, because I believe in love at first sight. So I definitely believe that that's out there, and I do believe that certain people go into it, right off the bat, knowing. Because that's my current boyfriend said that to me. He was like, when I first met you, he was like, there was just something about you, and I knew from that moment that you were the one, and that I was going to love you forever. And I was like, really? And I was like, I mean, when I first met him, I didn't right away feel that way, but I was like, oh, he's cute, and I was like, okay, I can see something happening, but I was like, you live really far away, so I don't know how I feel about that. And for me, it developed. I can honestly say that for me, it developed because I got to know him more. I got to know his ins and outs and just his stubborn personality. And I'm like, aw. And it was actually a year after we had started that we were officially dating that I told him that I loved him.
What did he do?
He had already said it to me.
Yeah, but how did he react? Finally, or
no? We were just out having dinner, and I just happened to have I just said it, and he didn't it was natural for him, I guess. He just was like, "Oh, I love you too," and we just kept eating.
It's blue out. The sky's blue today.
Yeah, it was very that.
Yeah, no big.
And I guess when he told me, my reaction was different because I was like, oh shit. And in my head, a million and one was like, do I say it back? Do I say it back? Do I feel that way? Should I?
You never say something unless you feel it, I think.
Yeah, agreed. And I didn't. And I was like, aw. I remember my exact reaction. I was like, aw, thanks, babe.
You're so sweet.
I was like, thanks.
And how did he take that?
Actually, you know what? I don't know. I've never really asked him.
Because he probably was like, oh God, no.
Oh, God.
I said it, she didn't say it back. Fuck, the L word came out. He probably had a panic attack. He didn't know what to do or say, probably. You traumatized him. You didn't even care. I'm almost 100%, or 99.9. Basically, I'm 100% agreeing with Alandra. I do believe in love at first sight, and I have definitely fallen in love at first sight. I have been completely infatuated with people just by seeing them walk into a room. And maybe that's lust instead of love, but I have felt that, oh my God, feeling.
Yeah.
So I do believe in love at first sight. However, those relationships usually burn out just as quickly as they started. So, in my honest opinion, I think that when love grows over time, there's more longevity to it. But it was the same as him. He knew he loved me before he met me. And that freaked the fuck out of me.
Yeah, it's super scary.
He gave me a ring in 2 weeks. And I'm like, whoa, calm down, sir.
Yeah.
I like you. You're a great guy.
But
stop racing.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
It ain't a race. So
yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Stop racing.
Yeah, if you're soulmates, if you're meant to be together in 5 minutes. You're meant to be together in 5 months. You're meant to be together in 5 years. So I was like, whoa. Especially since when we met on Plenty of Fish, and he did not read my profile. He's dyslexic and he hates reading. It's ugh, he doesn't like it. Mm-hmm. So he avoids it at all costs. We're in movies and it's too fast. He's like, will you read it for me real quick? So I'm like, so I read it I'm dyslexic too, but as a public speaker, I have jumped over that hurdle and forced myself to become comfortable reading quickly.
Some of your body.
Yeah, of course. So when he says he did not read my profile, I completely believe it. And I had like 85 pictures on there because there's plenty of fish and you can upload. Big hair, no hair, lots of makeup, no makeup. And I think he probably just thought I was a stripper or a showgirl or an actress in La Cage or Beauty and the Beast or something. I don't know. And when I agreed to go on a date with him, I was like, I said, it was his birthday, we were supposed to go to birthday dinner, and I was like, before I agree, I just want to double make sure you read my profile, right? Mm-hmm. And he goes, no, why? He goes, but I've talked to you for like a couple weeks. I like you.
Girl, the moment he said no, you were like,
I know, I was devastated. I was like, okay, well, it's very, very, very important that you read my profile. Mm-hmm. I said, don't talk to me until you read my profile. And he was like, okay, question mark. And then he comes back and he goes like, okay, well, what does BBW mean? I'm like, okay. Because I think it said, I don't remember, it's been a while, but my profile said basically, I am a unique girl. Mm-hmm. If you're looking for a unique encounter, I might be the girl you're looking for. I'm a BBW TS.
BBW?
Big Beautiful Woman.
Oh, okay.
I'm a BBW and a TS. You didn't even know either?
I'm horrible when it comes to like acronyms and like...
So really? So like I'm a BBW and a TS. A special girl with something extra. And I think that's my headline, and then I went on to say, whatever.
Yeah.
So, I was like, make sure you read it. He goes, what's does BBW mean? And I'm like, it means Big Beautiful Woman. He's like, oh, okay. What does TS mean? And I'm like,
oh, no.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to waste your time.
That's your first initial reaction. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't fucking know, dude, then oops.
Yeah. Oops.
And to be honest with you, he wasn't the first guy to come over to my house. That's why I make sure. I've had guys come to my house before that had no clue.
Oh.
And then they're taking off my panties. I'm like, what the fuck? And I had a guy jump almost through the wall. And I'm like, ooh, how do you, I mean, I'm a 6'1" linebacker,
right.
And this is before breast implants. So, I mean, I had hormone titties, but
right.
I'm like, how do you not know?
See, and that's why I always feel like I always like start off with that. Like, I am trans.
Yeah.
Boom.
Well, that's what I did. And he didn't talk to me for 6 hours because he was freaking out. He didn't know how to deal with this. And finally he messaged me back and was like, look, I don't know if I could ever go there, but I've been talking to you. You're a really cool person. It's my birthday. I'd still like to hang out with you. And so when he quickly flipped gears and was like, I'm in love with you, I was like, I don't think you are.
Yeah.
No, you don't want me. You want a vagina. And the reality is, he still does want a vagina sometimes. I catch him all the time looking at little girls and beautiful. I look at big guys, muscle guys too. So, I mean, I'm not mad at him for looking, but I notice. And in conversation, he's asked if I plan on having SRS. Mm-hmm. And in the beginning of our relationship, he definitely hinted strongly that he wanted me to have it. And I told him, I'm like, look, baby, back in the 70s and 80s, I think all girls did that because that was what they did.
Right.
But I don't need that to be a secure woman. I don't need that to get my gender marker changed anymore.
Right.
And I'm not going to do that anymore. Because back then, you were male on your ID unless you had a vagina.
It's almost like a validation.
Yeah.
And now we don't need it.
I don't need it.
No.
I don't want it. I like standing up and peeing, especially in Alaska in the winter. Just saying. Anyways, long story short, I like Alandra. The whole story later. Like Alandra grew.
Yeah.
I always cared for him. Otherwise, I would have never saw him again. And I kind of like that Fiddler on the Roof. Do you love me? And she's like, I wash your clothes every day and I iron for you. But do you love me? She's like, I gave you 6 kids. And he's like, but do you love me? And she's like, I wouldn't have given you my entire 25 years of my adult life if I didn't love you.
Yeah.
But I guess he wanted to know that she did love him or whatever.
Yeah.
So Yes, I definitely think that for a longevity relationship, it is totally normal to fall in love
As you go.
as you go.
Especially
There
because-
has to be something to attract you, at least.
from the beginning, and then that's the little things are what make everything, like, you know, like the way they eat, the way they sleep, like,
You appreciate, you love, you
yeah.
like.
My husband sleeps on his back with his mouth wide open, like, I'm sorry, baby. Just like no snoring, no, yeah, like so weird. And one day I was just like, I wonder if I take a grape, if I can make it in there. And then like halfway through, I was like, oh no, wait, I'm
What
really
if he
stoned.
chokes?
And if I choke him, I was like, no, I can't do that.
Yeah. But no, I definitely think that, like Alandra and I just discussed, I don't think you should say it back just because they said it to you until you develop those feelings for yourself, because then you're lying to someone and building a relationship on false pretenses. And I do agree that the idea of a relationship or the idea of someone is sometimes better than the actual someone. So don't fall in love with the idea of being in love. You need to fall in love with the guy you're in love with. And I definitely think that you can grow, and I think it's healthy to develop strong emotions and ties as you go on.
Yeah, definitely.
So, do you have to be in love from the start, or can you develop it? Absolutely, 100% you can develop it. And I also think that if your relationship is based on infatuation or lust, or, wow, we had really good sex, we should do this all the time. Well, you know what? In a relationship, a normal, healthy relationship, you don't have sex 3 times a day. You don't even have sex every day. And when your relationship is based on sexual intimacy, and that is gone,
Then what's left?
what's left? Or even what if you're like, oh my God, he's so hot, I just have to be with him because he's so hot, and I love him because he's hot. If your relationship is based on external looks, what if he gets in a car accident? Or what if, you know, you get older and that tight ass falls, or those boobs sag, or whatever? Are you still going to be with that person? So you definitely need your relationship to be based on honesty and communication and something genuine.
Oh, communication.
Yeah, that's one thing I really excel at.
Yeah.
Like, especially in this situation with John, I was terrified. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I was terrified. I was like, look, I was just in a really, really bad relationship, and I'm not ready for another one. And he's like, well, I think that we should date. I think, you know, like, he was very persistent. I think that you should be, you know. And I was like, you know what, baby? Okay, look, I'm a freak. Everywhere I go, people are going to stare at me. And they're going to stare at you too. Like, I kind of think that I put him through an initiation process where I was trying to trick him into not wanting to be with me. Like, oh yeah, well, it's not going to be a bunch of roses. It's going to be fucked up.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's okay. I'm a survivor. I will endure. And that's okay. And I'm like, well, you know what? I said, you hit me one time, and I'm fucking calling the police and throwing your shit out. I've been in abusive relationships before. I'm not that girl.
Yeah.
And he's like, I would never hit a girl. That's not me. And I'm like, well, you know what? I like basically threw every bad relationship that I've ever had. And it's like, if you are even close to this, you're gone.
Yeah.
Dismissed with a twist of the wrist. Like, out of the, no. And he's like, baby, I really like you. And I knew from the moment I met you that I was going to spend the rest of my life with you. Stop pushing me away.
Yeah.
And that moment is when I was like, oh my gosh, she's really adorable. And I grew to love him. He definitely said I love you first. I don't remember how long. It didn't take a year. But I genuinely love him.
Yeah.
And there are times when I think he's a fucking asshole and a jerk, but I think that's normal in a relationship.
Like, did you hear that?
What?
But who
there-
isn't? Because I know
yeah.
I can be sometimes.
That's a part of being a human.
Yeah.
And there are definitely times when I'm like, oh my gosh, baby, you're so immature, grow up. And then there's times when I think his childlike behavior is endearing. So, I'm sure I'm not a bed of roses either. Because
I know I'm not.
I've been jaded.
Yeah. I'm so hormonal sometimes that I'm just like,
That too. And there are times when I just cry. For no fucking reason. Well, there's always a reason. But then I
Right.
start crying and I can't stop for like an hour. And I cry. And it only happens like every 3 months, so it's not like it's a monthly cycle.
Mm-hmm.
But bitch, and then he like plays me the song, "Cry Me a River." I'm like, fuck you.
See, I go through it, and I don't cry, but I get like stomach cramps. Like the other day, oh my gosh, I had to go home early from work because I couldn't like. I felt like my stomach and like my insides were being twisted,
Intestines.
and everything was just like. I had to like find a fetal position, like half standing, half fetal, just where I can like feel normal. I was like, oh my god. And all the girls at work were like, ha ha ha, you're having your period. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
I was on Premarin. Okay, wait, let's wrap this up real quick before we get totally sidetracked. Yes, absolutely 100%. If you are dating this guy, you're obviously dating him for a reason. You've been together for 5 months. I would say if you've lasted 5 months, give him a chance. And if he loves you, I think you can develop it.
Yeah, for sure.
I do. Anyways, good luck with your relationship. That was Misty Eyez and
AlandraMatthew.
loving you, Zizi.